Hi there, it's Peter here again, the guy who hates tomatoes but loves front-end development. In this VScode tutorial, you will learn how to expand and collapse or collapse and expand block of code, how to select multiple lines, how to move them, how to duplicate line, how to use the multiple cursors and much more. But before we do that, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Another way how to speed up your front-end development workflow is to learn all the keyboard shortcuts to quickly select different parts of your code, and that's exactly what we will focus on in this video. The first one is Control Command plus Shift and arrow left or right will quickly expand or shrink the selection inside of your HTML tags. So this is very handy, especially when you want to quickly select everything what's inside of the li or heading 1. Another example would be selecting inside of the title and changing it to a custom text. Again, I'm using the same shortcut, Command, Control, Shift and arrow right. Now if we go back to the JavaScript file and keep pressing the same shortcut, you'll see how we're selecting the parent h1, then the following parent container, then the return statement and the render method. If we keep pressing the arrow left with this shortcut, you'll see how the selection is shrinking. Alt and arrow up will move the current line, the line where the cursor currently is, up. And if we use Alt and down, we'll move the same line down. If we keep pressing the arrow down, Alt and arrow down, we're moving the line wherever we want. The same command but with Shift will copy the current line, so Alt, Shift and arrow up and down will copy the current line into new line, so very handy if you quickly need to duplicate two lines. And if we use Alt, Shift and up, the current line will be duplicated above the line we selected. Now let's say that we want to select all the words it in our content, and we can simply keep pressing Command and D to select the next occurrence. But as you can see, we are also selecting the it inside of the git word and with, and obviously we just want to initial the starting sentence. So let's see how we can add the cursor just to the line below. The keyboard shortcut for that is Alt, Command, Shift and arrow down. And that will let us select the it just at the start of the sentence, and we can then change the it to some other text. That's Alt, Command, Shift and arrow up or down. To fold a block of code, you can use Alt, Command and square bracket left or square bracket right. It's the same as clicking on these plus or minus icons. Depending on where you currently are with your cursor, the related content block will collapse, like we collapsing the container or the render method or the component did mount. If you want to collapse all your code blocks, you can press Command K and Command 0. And if you want to revert it and unfold everything, you can press Command K and Command J. Okay, so these two commands are connected. So firstly you press Command K and then Command 0. So it's Command K followed by Command 0, and to unfold it is Command K followed by Command J. Another very frequently used keyboard shortcut is to jump to the end or to the start of the line, and that is done by pressing Command and arrow right will jump to the end of the line, and Command and left arrow will jump to the start. If we at the same time hold Shift, we also selecting the whole line. Okay, so again, I'm somewhere in the middle, pressing Command and left arrow will jump to the start, then I'm pressing Shift and arrow right, and that will select the whole line for me. While we're talking about selecting lines, I need to mention a very handy extension which is called Better Line Select from Kai Wood. It's very handy. I don't understand how it has only 80 downloads, but it's very handy. So what it does, it lets you press Command and L or Control and L on PC and select the whole line. Okay, so I'm somewhere in the middle pressing Command and L will select the line for me from the start and put the cursor on the next line. So if I keep pressing Command and L, I'm selecting the next lines. And what if now I want to also include the first line? All I need to do is press Command Shift and L, and that will also expand the selection the other way. Okay, so again, Command and L will select now all the LIs, and I can then simply, by pressing, for example, Alt, I can move this block of code somewhere else. Okay, so we've covered that in the previous video, but yeah, this is a very handy extension, better line selection or better line select, that lets you just simply press Ctrl and L to select the line from the start of the file to the end of the line and put the cursor on the next line. Command and L selects the next line. Command Shift and L just selects the code on the way up. And the last keyboard shortcut that we will cover today will help you to move your code left or right. So fix your indentation from anywhere you are, and the keyboard shortcut is Command and square bracket left or right. This works well with multiple lines selected, but also if you are anywhere in the middle of a line and you just want to fix that individual line, you can press the same command, which is Command and square bracket right or left. And that's it all for today. Hope you've learned again something new about VScode. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the next video, where I'll share with you the 5 most useful VScode extensions that I use every day. They will help you with manage your projects, jump into the right position of your files, and much more. We will cover a lot, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until then, happy coding, bye!